Hello, and this is my fourth devlog about an RPG game that I'm currently working on using my own engine. I've added an inventory system and work on improving the game feel as well as adding new objects into the game so that I can create more maps in the future. The first thing that was added into the game is the inventory system, and it works just like every other inventory system. You can pick up stuff and they will be displayed in the inventory. For now, the inventory can only hold items and you cannot use them. But some of those items can be used for the music sheet. About the music sheet, it's still just absolutely useless right now, so you don't really need to care about this just yet. I'm only focusing on the UI at the moment anyway. Moving on, I've improved the game feel, and I'll talk a little bit about my way of implementing it. Okay, so the first thing I did to improve the game feel is making damaging enemies feels impactful, like in a way that you can actually see that they are in pain. And here you can see that there's a goblin. I disabled his AI so that he cannot move around because I don't want to do something as shameful as missing him with an attack the size of a freaking house. Anyway, as you can see, I'm hitting him, but it doesn't even feel like he's hurting at all, almost as if I missed him. So to indicate that it hits, I made the enemies flash white when they get damaged. Of course, this isn't good enough, so damage animation was added in, and now it actually feels like they're in pain. But the damage still feels kind of insignificant. To make it actually feels impactful, I added knockback. And look at it, hitting them finally feels good. It's wonderful. However, when you kill the goblin, it's just kind of disappear. It vanishes. You want something like, when you come back after the battle, look at the battlefield and think, wow, that was a good fight. I want that. And so I added corpses to make this kind of nostalgic feeling. And when the goblin dies, it plays his death animation and leaves behind his corpse. I've also added knockback to the corpse as well, and now it looks all good. Yes, finally. With this new corpse system, I can finally use the death and hurt animations that have been left unused for 3 months. Up till now, I'm only talking about hitting and killing monsters, but the game feel in this game also includes a dynamic and interactive environment. Remember the interaction with the trees that I talked about in the previous devlog? Yeah, that's also a part of the game feel. The way that the trees understand stay still, the way they swing and respond to the player interaction with them, actually make it feel much better to play the game. Other things I added are this damage indicator and the dust particle effects. Well, the game actually needs more particle effects, but at this point, I kinda wanted to move on to the systematic stuff, because I'm thinking about improving the overall graphic of the game later after I get all the other stuff done. Maybe an art rework in the next devlog. So make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when the next devlog comes out. Anyway, I'm adding objects and their responses to the player interactions, because I want to add more biomes and probably work on extending the map. And so here are the trees and the terrain for the swamp, the houses for the village. Also about the houses, I want to enable players to walk into the house, and so I introduced traps. The traps basically run commands when you step on them. And with the houses, I placed 2 traps. The outer one plays the door open animation, while the inner one teleports you to the inside of the house. Well, right now the inside of the house is just a blank room, but I'll add walls, floors, decorations and stuff later on. Another object that I added is the walls, which I use for the inside of the dungeon. Right now I'm just focusing on how the objects work, not the art, so most of them will look kind of awful like that. So anyway, here I added a grid-based system to the map editor so that I can put the walls together with precision. With this new system, I can snap the objects together as well as place them freely. I'm also planning to add a map of a mountain, so I want to create some objects for that as well. And so I drew a tile set for this mountain, and I can put them together to create different height level like this. And I also introduced a height level system. This height level system is basically just a bunch of maps stacked on top of each other And there are gates that I made with the trap system I talked about earlier. And if you pass them, you can switch to the lower or higher height level. Each map can have a different hitbox because I wanted to optimize the collision algorithm and also to avoid bugs. Well, I guess that concludes this devlog. The next devlog will revolve around graphic rework, so if you want to see the new look, stay tuned for that. Anyway, bye.